Taylluna, bitches. What's up, lunar ladies and moon dudes? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Taylor. Please take a minute to click that red subscribe button down below. It's free. It just notifies you when I upload a new video so you don't miss anything. But I would love to make you part of our lunar family, so make sure you go ahead and do that. We're so close to 800 subscribers, which means we're so close to 1,000 subscribers, which means we're so close to another giveaway. Yes, so pumped, so pumped. Welcome back to Taylluna. This is gonna be the second video in my series, and today's video is going to be all about aliens. Oh yes. But before I start, in case you weren't aware, I am posting a video every day until Christmas. It's not technically Vlogmas because I'm not vlogging, but I'm posting actual videos every day. So, another reason to just subscribe if you haven't already. So make sure you go check out the videos that I've posted in the beginning of the month. I'm a little behind, but that's okay. Better late than never, right? And I am drinking my caramel coffee. Girl, my phone's blowing up. Out of the mug that just got me. How friggin' cute! I'm so excited. Put that down before I spill it. But anyway, so Jessica gave me the greatest idea the other day because we were talking about aliens, which we talk about aliens all the time, duh. Who doesn't, right? And anyway, I guess we both kind of noticed that no YouTuber, I'm gonna turn this off. We both noticed that there are no YouTube alien tags. So we took it upon ourselves to make one. And a lot of the questions are from her, which is Spooky Little Vegan. You guys hear about her all the time. You should know her and love her by now. Anyway, so I have questions from her. I have questions that I found on the internet. I have questions that I came up with myself. And I also asked you guys on Twitter and Instagram if you had any questions you wanted me to answer. And a couple of you on Snapchat answered as well. I know Joey sent me some on Snapchat. So yeah, you guys can add me on Snapchat too. I don't know, I've never talked about that. I do have a Snapchat. It's at @TayMarie, like my personal Instagram. I'll leave all, the links are always down there, so just so you know. But anyway, let's get into it. And I did just launch my blog. I've had it for a while. It's on my business cards and everything. I just hadn't actually gotten around to editing the HTML coding and stuff of it to make it the way that I want it. So it's coming along very nicely. If you guys want to check it out, the links will be down below. And I am posting all of the tags that I create. And I'm going to be doing blog posts and things like that about just various things. But anyway, if you want the questions, so you guys can go ahead and do this tag, I will leave the link to the questions down below. They're on my blog. It is through Tumblr, so you can reblog and like all that fun stuff. So yes, no more rambling. Let's do this shit. Aliens. Yeah, okay. Question number 1. Do you believe in aliens, and what makes you believe? I definitely believe in aliens, like 120%. There's a quote that says, how does it go? It's like, what would be scarier, to know that we're like alone in the universe, or that we have someone else? I'll have to find the exact quote. But it kind of freaked me out, and it made me think, well, like, look how big our universe is, and just our galaxy alone is fucking enormous. So to think that there is no life anywhere else in this entire universe just seems so close-minded to me. I find it like impossible, because there's so many opportunities, there's so many planets, there's so much. And now that they're finding planets that could sustain life, they're out there. Like, I promise. I know they're there. Question number 2. Was the crash in 1947 that took place in Roswell, New Mexico real? I 100% think so. I actually, if you guys have seen the little poster that is, or it's like a little sign in my room that says like UFO crash or something like that, and it's from New Mexico, from this exact place. It says that someone pulled it off of a fence, which is super cool. I found it at Goodwill. But anyway, yes. Just yes, I do think that it's real. Like, how could you not think that that's real? Like, that's exactly what I picture when I think of a UFO. Yeah, I believe in it. I believe it. I do. Question number 3, do you think that the government is hiding something UFO related in Area 51? I love this question because I was just watching a video and listening to a podcast about Area 51 and how freaking mysterious it is. And honestly, I know they're hiding something. I don't know if it's directly UFO related. It would make sense for it to be because of just the location of it. It's so random and it's so large that no one can, like, you know, if you work there, you have to sign all these papers and like do all this shit saying that you'll never speak of what you see, what you do when you're there. So like that just screams sketch to me. Like, come on, you know, like why would they be so secretive about something if it's not that big of a deal? So it has to be something like aliens or something that's like bizarre. So like human like testing or something like that. I've heard that they've done tests on like alien carcasses and things, or like, you know, they say it's for like military stuff, but I think that's a bunch of bullshit because they have a lot of other military testing sites that like make more sense. This doesn't. Number 4, do you think that there could be aliens walking among us and no one knows? I fucking love this question. It's so creative. And I've never thought about it like that, but honestly, like, wouldn't be surprised. I don't know, that would be so freaking cool. I actually want to do a painting on that. That just like gave me a really good idea. I was reading these questions earlier and thinking, well, aliens is such a broad term, and if there's, you know, life in different galaxies and different places, that, you know, every species can be different. So we could have one that looks just like humans, and then we could have some that look like freaking animals, and some that look like actual, like, you know, what you picture when you see Alien with the big head and stuff like that. So, you know, if for whatever reason, if this crash that we were just talking about, or crash in the past, or if they came, you know, way before we did and just kind of stuck around and they just kind of look like humans, like that wouldn't surprise me at all. You know, like sometimes you meet some weird people. I'm just kidding. Number 5, have you ever seen a UFO? I personally have not. I've seen things in the sky that I don't know what they are, so I mean technically that's like a UFO, but if we're speaking in terms of this, no, I have not. I'm just like, is that a star or a plane? You know what I mean? What would you do if you saw an alien or UFO? Would you be scared? Would you report it, etc.? I would probably be very frightened. I have half of me that's like total gangsta, like 100% thug life, and it's like, I would go with them, I would get down with them, I would smoke weed with them, it would be a good time. But then the other half of me is like, dude, I would shit myself and like lock myself in a house and like not come out, and like, no. So, you know, it just depends on how my anxiety's feeling that day. Honestly, part of me wants to say no. I would almost report it myself, like do my own reports and take my own photos and like write my own piece on it, but that's just because I do that stuff. I feel like if I reported it, then like someone could get a hold of that information and like completely just spiral out of control with it and do things that just aren't necessary. I would never cause harm to anything that comes my way unless it causes myself or someone around me harm. And to me, like the thought of aliens just doesn't like scream they're gonna hurt me. So yeah, I don't think I would report it just because I don't want anyone to like I don't want to hurt them. Like, you know, they're probably nice. They probably just want to have friends too. Number 7, if humans are made from the universe, are we technically aliens too? Yes, 100%, I think so. Because we're all made of the same shit. So yeah, and if, you know, if there's another planet like ours and there's a planet full of aliens, like, you know, Earth is filled with humans, they're probably out there wondering the same thing. Like, hey, you know, are there other beings out there, blah, 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 and they would think that we're aliens. So I think it's just like a reciprocal thing. Do you think that the mysterious cattle mutilations at ranches are done by aliens? I'm gonna actually look this up. There's definitely that possibility that another animal could have done it. Or maybe there's some sick fuck going around, like a Jack the Ripper for fucking cows that are doing this. I don't know. But I don't know. I wouldn't jump right to aliens if I saw this personally, but you know, who knows? Opinion on crop circles. This is cool. They're so freaking cool, but they're so weird. I think definitely that some other being is capable of doing this. Now, to say that every crop circle ever has been done by aliens is a little far out of my reach, because that's just like basic art stuff. If someone was flying in a little helicopter and someone was mowing the grass, I could say a little more to the left, and like, I know that sounds bizarre, but like the possibility is definitely there. You know, if you're an artist, you know the extremes that we go to sometimes to do things that we want to do. So it wouldn't surprise me if like a group of like badass human beings did this, but there's definitely some that are weirder than others that wouldn't surprise me if it were like aliens or whatever. Number 10, do you think we will ever really know the truth about aliens, and how would we find out? I think that we're never going to be told that they're real. I think no one is going to come out and just flat admit it, and I think that especially with talking about Area 51 and the government and all of that, the government, in my opinion, hides so much shit. I feel like there's already a cure to cancer, and the only reason that they do these things and that they create these pharmaceuticals and like have people stay in hospitals and not give them their, you know, things that they need is because it's such a market. It's such, you know, a thing for our economy. That's where we get so much of our money. So, and that's like a whole nother topic. But I feel like the government hides a whole lot of shit. So they're never gonna come out and tell us. I don't know, I think we would have to definitely figure it out ourselves. I think we would have to do some investigation on our own. Like I said, if I were to see an alien or a UFO, I would report it myself. I would go and investigate myself if I had the balls to do it, and learn everything that I could. And I wouldn't use any outside, any third-party people here. I would do this all on my own because I want genuine, true information. So I feel like we would definitely have to do some personal, private investigation to figure it out. But that's just me. Oh, number 11. When you think of aliens, what do you picture? What do they look like? When I think of aliens, I think of what everyone else thinks of. Super, super skinny bodies, very like gray or brown looking, almost kind of slimy, like shiny skin, really, really big head, sunken in eyes. I don't even know about a mouth. I don't see teeth. I just see like a little grin. I don't see teeth at all. But I think of what everyone else thinks of. Number 12, do you think we/the government has tried communicating with them? I definitely would not be surprised. And I can't remember who was saying this. I was watching a YouTube video, this was like a long time ago, but this has always stuck with me. If you guys have ever seen the movie Interstellar, you guys would know, and if you know anything about space for that matter, but when they traveled to the specific planet, I can't remember what it was called, like an hour in their time there was like 10 years Earth time. So basically how the time is different in different, you know, on different planets and things like that. So if you guys know anything about space, you kind of know a little bit about that. If you have no clue what I'm talking about, go watch Interstellar and that gives you a pretty good idea. Plus, it's like one of my favorite space movies ever. Someone mentioned, well, what if someone was trying to communicate on another planet, but because our times are so off, so an hour in, you know, this planet's time is 10 years Earth time. So if they're trying to communicate with us and it takes an hour to do so, it's gonna take 10 years to just hear what they're saying. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's so hard to explain. Once she started really kind of talking about that, I was like, well, that makes fucking sense, because the time thing is so like different. And, you know, obviously traveling through space is different depending on where you're coming from. So, I don't know. I definitely think that there has been attempts, maybe not necessarily on our part. Number 13, how far developed do you think their species is, and what would it look like? I like this question because there's two ways to answer it. The first way is what everyone else thinks and what everyone else sees when they see aliens. They're like, oh, well, they're this futuristic, highly developed society. You know, they know well more than we do, and they've been traveling through space all this time. They just haven't found us, or maybe they just did find us and the government's trying to keep it out, blah, blah, blah. So we have that part. But then, like I said, if there's millions of galaxies and like all these different planets that possibly could sustain life, we possibly have this group of aliens that are way underdeveloped. you know, compared to human beings. So I think there's definitely both. What would it look like? I don't know. When I think of like an alien planet, I think of just UFOs flying all over the place and like aliens just chilling, walking around, like just being chill and like freaking cool. I don't know. Do you think that people are made from stardust? Yes. I think that we're all created from the universe. I think that the universe is inside of us. I think that aliens exist makes that possibility a lot greater. If aliens came to Earth, asked you to leave with them, but you had to leave everything you had on Earth behind and never come back, would you? These are questions that I want like a cut answer, like yes or no. I think I would say yes more than no, because I love adventure. I would kind of ask them, if I could, what their intentions are, because if their intentions are good and they just want me to come chill with them and like go to their super chill alien planet and like get stoned and like be happy all the time, then I'm like down. Like I'd totally go. Life like on Earth kind of sucks sometimes, so I would totally go. Plus I'd get to see space and like all that cool shit. I don't know, you know, you'd have to leave your family and I have to leave my dogs, which as long as I can get like an alien dog and like an alien mom, like a family, I would do that towards the end of my life. Do you think that, excuse me, do they know they're aliens? Are we aliens to them? So I kind of answered this a little bit. Let's read the definition. We're getting technical here, bitches. Belonging to a foreign country or nation. So, I mean, not thinking like someone from another country, I'm talking like another planet, but so technically, we're aliens to anyone else who lives elsewhere, and vice versa. Do you think something's really out there, or that there are just energies buzzing about in everyday life? I do think that there is something out there. I do think that there is other life, but I also believe that there are energies that just kind of roam. And this is a whole like afterlife topic, which would be kind of cool to talk about, like my opinion on death and like the afterlife, because people are like, well, if you don't believe in heaven or hell, like, what do you believe in? So let me know if you want to hear about that and leave some questions. I think there are a bunch of energies that just kind of roam about in everyday life. So that's, you know, you pick up weird frequencies sometimes and you're like, ooh, I don't feel so good over here, like I need to not be here. Yeah, things like that. But I do believe that there is life out of Earth. Do you believe the human race can become greedy enough to take in all other worldly information and try and become a race that is superior against the alien race? This is Jessica's husband, in case you guys were wondering. These are his questions. These last three are his questions. And he basically commented on my Instagram post and said that, you know, aliens themselves are very highly advanced. They're very technologically advanced and just smart and intelligent. And so that's kind of what the question's about. Like, would we become greedy enough to take their information for ourselves, for our own purpose of blossoming and becoming a superior race, you know, against other alien races, I guess. And this is a really freaking good question. Like, I love the way you think, man. Like, you and Jessica need to stay where you are together forever and be happy, because you guys just work so well, like I can already tell. And I've talked to him like maybe one time. So anyway, if the information falls into the wrong hands, aka the government, yes, hands down, they would become greedy enough to take their information and use it for their own good. Now, if because like I said earlier, the government's never going to tell us that aliens exist, right? They're never going to. I just don't think that they're like about that life, you know? If we were to find out on our own, our community or whatever, the people of America were to figure out that they exist and figure out what they're about, their, you know, status on how advanced they are, their technology, things like that. I don't think that the vast majority of us would use that for our own good. I think we would be more intrigued on learning about how they use it for their good. And, you know, communicating with them and seeing what they want from us and vice versa, and just becoming like friendly neighbors and stuff. I don't think that as a whole, the citizens that we are greedy enough to do that. I think we definitely need someone who's like top dog that's gonna make that decision that we're gonna be greedy, and then the greedy people will come out of the shadows. most. What do you think these space beings want from us since they keep visiting? I think they're just curious. I think they're just like us. They just want to know where we are, what we're about, what we know, what we don't know. I think they're just curious. I think they want to just learn all about how we work, and that's exactly what we want from them. Would they approve cannabis? Hell yeah, they would. If they're cool, they would totally approve cannabis. They're aliens. If you guys haven't seen those alien vines and those alien memes all over the internet of them smoking doobies and stuff, like, get on that because they're funny as shit. So yeah, that is my tag. I'm gonna put my laptop down so I don't break it. But like I said, I will leave all of the tag questions in the description. I will leave the link to my website so you guys can go find the questions. And please film this video. If you have any questions that you want to add on and answer in your video, by all means, please do. If you have any further questions that I didn't answer that you want me to answer, leave them in the comments. And yeah, I'm gonna get editing so I can get this up today. If you guys have any suggestions for videos that you want to see from now until Christmas, or just videos you want to see in general, let me know. And make sure you guys subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Let me know if you do the tag. I'm so excited. Woo! I'm gonna tag some people. I'm gonna tag everyone that sent me questions. So Jessica, I tag you. Joey, I tag you. If you ask me a question, I tag you. Madam Luna, I tag you. Another Gypsy Soul, I tag you. Peyton, did you ask me a question? I think Peyton did ask me a question. Peyton, Deja, I guess Ariel, I tag you. You know, my typical squad. Hippyfaith, Annette, I tag you. My friend Annette started a YouTube channel. Guys, go check it out. She's doing yoga videos. At least she said she's gonna do yoga videos. She just did a cover and it's freaking beautiful. Go give her some love. Make sure you subscribe. I'll leave her links down below. But yeah, I tag everyone. So just everyone do the tag and let me know when you do it, okay? I'm gonna go. I love you guys to the moon and back, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye! Mwah.